Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? YDBT Daily coming at you. Today we're going to talk a couple of things. We're going to talk about the U-drag that happened on the Edmunds channel today, where they put a GT500 2020 and up version up against a Z06. And I know you guys have heard me talk about wanting a Viper, but Vipers are going for 140 minimum and up. And if I can't get into a Viper, meaning in the next, let's say, year or two, a E-Ray or a Z06 is probably going to be what I'm going to get. Why? I want to get into road racing a little bit, not a lot. Now, if that doesn't happen, I'll get into a GT350 because it's going to be mostly a road racing situation. But man, I'm not a big fan of the GT350's engine. So we're going to talk about how that went down with the C806 versus the 2020 GT500. And again, now that Global B is going to be a thing, slowly but surely, you're going to start seeing a lot of people starting to put, things on the Z06. Remember, it's a flat plane crank, makes 600 horsepower NA. So that is, in my opinion, not an engine to really boost unless you keep it low, like 5 PSI, 7 PSI. I think it would be pretty awesome. But then you're going to have similar issues, I think, that the GT350 experienced. I think that motor is strung out NA, that a little bit of boost might not necessarily be beneficial, but who knows? Maybe it'll just thrive and we'll go from there. And what I've been saying all along finally happened. At a drag and drive, the Rocky Mountain Drag Week, whatever it's called, Rocky Mountain Drag Week, whatever the hell it's called, PFI Speed got pulled over. And the cop literally made my case as to why drag and drives are absolutely stupid. If you are a shop that builds cars and you go to a state that has emissions laws and you drive around the state, any cop can pop you for whatever the hell he wants. It is just easy pickings for the cop. We'll talk about that, but not before we have Mr. Bill O'Reilly announce the show.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
That's right. Exactly. It does suck. We're going to talk about Two Auto Solutions. Rami's out on Two Auto Solution, building motors. He's actually gotten into building motors down there in Puerto Rico. I think it's pretty cool that he does that stuff. So, Rami's out on Two Auto Solutions, one of the main sponsors of the show. Parts Farm, the title sponsor, Parts Farm. Guy got me the notch for like peanuts. Love that, dude. Thank you, Parts Farm. Race Motive, racemotive.com, Race Motive on Instagram, Race Motive everywhere. Go roll race up in, I think, Pocono Raceway, and then some of the stuff happening at MIR. Good stuff. D&H Performance, again, hit them up for deals. If you're going to buy parts, hit them up, dnhperformance.com for the, the Independence deal. Conk Performance, finally, I got myself some FIC 1000s, and now everything is coming into play. It was the injectors the whole time, so I'm able to test for Conk Performance. Caliber Transmission, calibertransmission.com. Got a lift up. We're going to be sending him the Corvette transmission after I can afford someone to replace the clutch and do the fuel system. Or maybe he'll do it in a couple of months. PMAS, Nick James, the only cold air you should buy is a PMAS. The only cold air that matters is PMAS. And Ultimate Header, ultimateheader.com, Ultimate Headers on Instagram. That's right. The best headers on the planet, plain and simple. Let's say hi to the people, and then we're going to get right to it. Get to your comments, concerns, the whole 9 yards. We got Joe Swish, 2000 MCR, It's Oman, Maki Mock, The Wolf, Mini Bike Oliver, Paul Ponthieu, Bryson Witt, one of the mods, says, let's get it. Cuomo, Clip Clop the Horse, Paul again, Anthony T. Jaskorsky, Brian Othry Cobra, Wesley Stewart, Izzy R, Joe Jackson, JD Swag, the other mod. Bring your wood screws. Robo Style, Pito Chiquito, John Shoemaker, Vegas 50 says G80M3 comp will wax both of these cars from a dig. They did that test. It beat the GT500. Actually, did it beat the GT500? It beat the GT500, but not by as much as you think it would. Hello, says Bag Tacoma, Mr. Biggs, Prospering, Killa, Red Chic. If it's not chopping like a motherfucking name, which just says hello, made it on time. John the Gaptist. That's a great name. Cole, JD Swag, JB1263, Red Chic, Brad Smith, Nat Jew, Prospering, Leon Phelps, John Shoemaker, not tech savvy, so not sure. Heath, I'm not going to get into that. It's just, look, there you go. Read that, whoever needs that. TRD Ricky, Slow 99, your average ZR1. Tony El Tigre, Mare Coricao, Tony El Tigre, Theo Tidal, Title. JV or Javi or Javi 5.0. Your average, Bring Your Wood Screws, Nitrous Buyers Plus Killa, Elver Galarga, J Bush, Monty 540, Coyote Fury, Salva Montner, Izzy R, Nestor Barrios, Call Me Daddy. Your average year 1 Velocity, Travis, Alfredo Diaz, Second Shift Racing, Dizzy B Lightning, Bronco, Kyle, and all the usual suspects. I got a PMAS for sale in SoCal. I also have a full 350 manifold for a Gen 1 if anyone is interested. What do you mean a 350 manifold swap for a Gen 1? What does that mean? 350 manifold or 350 manifold. It doesn't matter what generation it goes on. Laura T. Don't know who that is, but it's a girl, so celebrate that. So let's look into the U-Drag situation. Corvette Z06 versus a 2020 GT500. If you're listening to this, get on your screen, check it out. We're going to listen to some sounds. Street tires as they come from the factory. NA Z06 supercharged GT500. Let's go.
Damn, too much wheel spin, man.
Oh man, when this thing puts the power down.
Oh, it's just pulling away, I knew it. Give that thing an inch, it's just so fast.
And we say bye-bye, and we say bye-bye, and we say bye-bye.
That was race 1. Then they go over and switch drivers and race again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take him anyway. Oh.
Man.
Come on, man. So good. Stop. Oh, brakes might be getting really hot. Oh, I blew the shit out of that.
Oh, that Corvette.
Still got it, man. Even with a bad brake run, this car is a
We say
beast.
bye-bye.
Absolute beast.
We say bye-bye.
I don't know what the hell just happened there. So as you saw, the C8 Z06 dominated the race. In the first race, it gapped it out of the hole. In the second race, the GT500 got a head start and the Corvette still gapped it out of the hole. Now, a lot of people are going to say, Alex, you're comparing apples to apples or apples to oranges. I'm like going to say, well, 2-seater, 3,500 pound car, NA versus a 4-seater, 760 horsepower car, DCT, same as a Z06, supercharged. I'm sorry. The Z06, stock for stock, is a better vehicle in that capacity. And just like I tell everyone on the planet, the moment you put a little bit of power to that chassis, the C8, it's a rear engine. Guys, it's over. There is no competition. It's gonna beat it every time. So if you have a pulleyed E85 drag radial GT500, it's still gonna get gapped from a dig on the street. The only chance you got is from a roll. That's all you got from it. And only on a super prep surface, a la the Demon, a la any Challenger, will the GT500 quarter mile decently after it's been modded. So that race kind of puts a blue check mark on everything I've been saying about the C8 chassis. For $100,000, let's say both of them are $120,000 or $100,000. I understand markup. Let's talk MSRP. The manufacturer, because you can't take into account greedy dealerships, the manufacturer sets the pricing on both of those vehicles at $100,000. If your goal is to have emissions-friendly track, dig, turn performance, which one would you choose? Which one would you choose? If you say, well, I wanna be able to put people in the back. Have you ever put anyone in the back of an S550? They're insanely uncomfortable, and unless they're 5'5" and under, they don't really fit. Now, I'm not a C8 Corvette nut rider, but I remember when it came out, I thought it was a very good vehicle. The fact that the stock C8 was well into the 11s, a Stingray version, I thought was awesome. And I thought, man, when the Z06 and the Z01 come out, it's going to be game over. If Chevy or GM or Corvette actually starts making a lot of these, if they don't make a limited run, this is going to bury the GT500 market, because Challenger owners don't buy GT500s and GT500 owners don't buy Challengers. Those don't intermix. But don't I know many Mustang guys that converted to being Corvette guys? How many Cobra guys do you know that converted into being Corvette guys? I love Mustangs. I have a GT500, I have the ZR1, and I have the Notch. The Notch is my favorite car to drive out of all of them. The ZR1 gets the most looks. The GT500 is the most brutal bruiser I have. But out of all of them, the Fairmont gets the most amount of thumbs up. But if I want to get into road racing, I'm not getting into road racing heavy. I just want to do track days. I want to learn a little bit, but I don't think I want to do it with a Z06 necessarily. Nito Diaz says something that makes sense. A Z51 C8 is probably good now that it can be tuned. Someone like me doesn't need a high revving Z06. Someone like me needs, if I'm going to go road racing, because I was eyeballing Vipers. I would love to own the big three's best vehicles, a ZR1, a GT500, and a Viper. The problem is Vipers are getting away in terms of price, like it is in Ford GT territory. They stopped making them, limited run. Good luck finding a Gen 5 Viper, because that's the only one that matters in my opinion. Even a GT, basically a basic bitch, a GTC I think it's called or something like that. That's not basic, that's like the luxury version, but still it is a Viper. $130,000 and up. So if Alex wants to go road racing, meaning I want to buy a capable, look, my skill set isn't even good enough for a performance package GT, but I want to get into a completely brand new platform that is friendly, naturally, for road racing, naturally aspirated. I can just dog it out all the time and it's not going to fail safe on me and get too hot. So an NA C8 seems to be the way to go. But if I'm in the market for a Viper and I can't find it, and I can swing a $100,000 car, why wouldn't I buy a Z06? And if I wait a little bit, they might come down in price. Remember the ZR1 I have when it was brand new was $100,000 back in 2009. That's right. $100,000 in 2009 money is totally different than $100,000 in today's money. So if the C8 Z06 is $100,000 in today's money, it's probably a decent deal if it can beat the flagship performance Mustang of its day. So I thought that was an interesting thing because it put a blue check mark on everything I've said. The moment the C8 Z06 got another 150 horsepower and a high revving engine, it goes 10.7 on the street. Guys, do you know how ridiculous that is? 10.7 with street tires. Yes, a sticky street tire. 10.7. No stock Ford anything ran 10s ever on the street unprepped, period. Now, again, I'm not going to look to become a Schleckenberg, but let's be honest out there. I want to bring in those people. I want to bring in the audience that likes road racing and wants to critique me and say you're doing shitty work, or we're enjoying you get into something else, because drag racing is dead in this area. They're talking about building a track in Loxahatchee. If it happens, that's 5 years away. And in 5 years, that part of Loxahatchee is going to have homes in it and it's going to be heavily restricted. So I have zero hopes for tracks around here. But Sebring is around. Miami has a road race track. Daytona. There's a lot of small road race courses that I can go on and have some fun and do some hooning in a controlled environment. So I thought, if I was going to get into anything, I'd love to get into a C8, but the problem is I don't want to road race a ZR1. My ZR1 is just a roll race stunt vehicle. That's all it is. It's just, look at me. It's pretty. It's going to choppity chop one day, and it's probably going to make 800, 850 on the 85 and just be a roll race monster in the fours in case anybody wants to get gapped. But the C8 Z06 or a C8 that is hopped up and has a little bit of tuning work, maybe I can hit up Alec Bledsoe, LMP of MD, and say, have you guys figured this out yet? Can we throw a Magnuson supercharger on it? Can we make 8 PSI and have it make about 600 wheel? Because that would be phenomenal for about $60,000 to $75,000 all in, as opposed to $100,000. Or, Alex, pony up the money, buy the Z06. Who cares? Afford the payment and hope that in about 2 or 3 years it's still worth some money, and then you can sell it. So that was an interesting thing to look at. Now, if you were on Instagram, you saw PFI Speed get pulled over, and well, I'm just going to show you the video they posted. And it's very telling because the cop was right. Did he get rid of the video? No, it's right here. So check it out. Display capture, bada bing, bada boom. So listen up, put your headphone volume up, whatever, and listen to what the back and forth was.
Come on, please. Just need your license, registration, and insurance.
Yes, sir.
Where are we heading?
The roof Bandamere Speedway.
You're heading to Bandamere?
Yeah. We're doing a drag and drive.
Okay.
So we have a route. It's the only place we get E85, so.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you should be on a trailer because you're not street legal.
Unfortunately, you should be on a trailer because you were not street legal.
What's it? Well, this is what the event is, or whatever. We know we have to have blinkers, headlights. You know, there's a whole process.
I'm guessing you have to have mufflers too.
Again, he has a pipe sticking out of his turbo on his engine. He goes, yeah, you have to have mufflers too. Before you dum-dum say, oh, Alex, the turbo's a muffler. Stupid. There are laws that require you to have a fucking muffler. There are noise laws. There's configurations based on the vehicle manufacturer's OEM layout that has to be adhered to in certain counties and certain states.
Not for the event, no.
Well, for the road,
I mean,
you do.
Well, for the road you do. The cop is 100%. Sorry, you could call me what are you, a cop lover? No! This guy is speaking facts.
You'd be surprised how many complaints the chief's office gets about loud cars.
Yeah, well, we weren't trying to come into town either.
Okay.
We just, all the come and goes are out of E85, so we were forced to come this way. We're headed to 66, and then we just outlined the mountains.
Anyway, so he goes out there with 4 drag radials, a hood stack bullshit. See, look at this is what he's driving in. I don't know, officer. Why'd you pull me over? I don't know, shithead. This. It ain't illegal in certain parts. In Massachusetts, they will, I think it's the death penalty. If you're driving, now you guys are going, cool, PFI's cool. No, PFI's stupid. I love you, Brent. You're a nice guy. Did you not look up the laws where you're going to be driving in to see if the car is legal to drive in those areas? Does the drag and drive event give 2 shits if you get pulled over? What if you get pulled over by a cop in the drag and drive event and they impound your shit? Do you then forfeit the race? I bet you do. I bet you can't all of a sudden say, well, it's not my shit. I got pulled over because the cop said I wasn't street legal. Did you guys not vet the area? Imagine having a drag and drive event where you have to drive in New York. And all of a sudden, now you have tickets, your car's impounded, potential court dates, because you wanted to do a drag and drive on the car that is not road legal in many of the states. And I've been saying for the longest time that drag and drives are self-snitch fests. And that video proved it to me. I go, what's stopping a cop knowing the law, and sitting there and going, anything that doesn't have a muffler gets pulled over? That means every turbo car, pull over. Steve Morris, pull over. Cleater, pull over. PFI Speed, pull over. Everybody pull over. Ticket. Matter of fact, because I want to make Sergeant I'm going to impound all your shit. Oh, he's just a shithead cop. No, he is enforcing the law. I'm sorry. That's the law in his area. So he has to either enforce it or let it go. Keep doing drag and drives, dum-dums. If your route takes you through an area that has emissions or cops that are crazy traffic enforcers, you are going to be on the hook for all of that stuff. You're going to lose the drag and drive. You're going to get impounded. You're going to get tickets up the ass, summonses up the ass. And maybe they'll call higher authorities and say, we don't want this shit in our neighborhoods. Imagine you're in Colorado and there's well-to-do people that do really well, millionaire types. You think I want to see pieces of shit driving around my neighborhood if I made it in life? Let's say I made it in life, right? I made it. I busted my ass and I made it. So my home is my quiet place. And my neighborhood and town is quiet and docile and nobody fucks with us. And I love it. It's wonderful. Then they have a drag and drive 6 towns away. And they go, you got to drive through Alex's neighborhood and do a burnout at the checkpoint. Yeah, I'm going to have a problem with that if I'm the homeowner and I'm paying taxes to see stripes on the street. Oh, Alex, you're just a fuddy-duddy. Become an adult. Become a fucking adult and own property. And then tell me how you feel when someone fucks it up. Go ahead. Oh, you live in an apartment. I've owned 2 houses. Shut the fuck up. I love that people think that it's cool to do burnouts in quiet, docile neighborhoods. And then when they get pulled over by the cop's the asshole. The cop's not the asshole. You're the asshole. Thank you. Bet they don't pull over a straight pipe motorcycle. Shut up! You don't see the fucking difference between a motorcycle and a car? Stop that stupid fucking argument. Loud pipes save lives. You have to be heard in a motorcycle because the body is the frame. So you're going to be splatted like a bug if someone doesn't see you. So you should have a loud bike. God damn it, I hate people. I hate people that make that shit up. What about motorcycles and Harleys? Oh, you know the one that the man is exposed and if people don't see him and they nudge him, he goes flying and loses an arm and a leg? I love people with the whataboutisms. What about the motorcycles? What about this? What about jet skis? It doesn't matter in this case. If your motor vehicle, shithead, it doesn't conform to the local laws, guess what? You can get ticketed, towed, and gone. Let's be an adult here. Let's stop with this bullshit. Drag and drive is a self-snitch fest. Keep doing them. All you need is that one cop that knows a little bit about the drag and drive stuff. He goes, oh, there's a, yeah, for real, right? Oh, there's a drag and drive coming up. And look at that. They're going to enter our state right here. Let's say it's a drag and drive in Michigan, right? Or whatever. And one of those states has really tight emissions laws. Let's say you have to dip into New York. Let's say you got to go east and you got to dip into New York. All you need is that one cop that he enforces the law to the nth degree and sits there and goes, pull over, you pull over. License and registration, motherfucker. Oh, it has a dealer plate? Oh, it's not even, this vehicle isn't even registered? Oh, it's registered in Florida. Yeet. Well, guess what, son of a bitch? This ain't Florida. I don't care if you're passing through. You're polluting my state. Bro, drag and drives are so stupid. You want to keep doing them and supporting them? Have at it. Stuff like that's going to keep happening. People are going to be made aware. You're going to do burnouts in the wrong neighborhood, and shit's going to go down. And shout out to everyone that covers it. And literally post it up everywhere. The EPA, once this stuff dies down, because right now the EPA is in trouble. Right now the EPA is looking bad with the whole EV stuff. They're really going after them in Congress with the whole EV stuff. And they can't answer simple questions. So the EPA is probably like, X-nay on the enforcement A. I've had loud bikes, and depending on the state law, they do enforce motorcycle muffler law. But what about the motorcycles? A fucking Honda has a turbo on the windshield and a pipe sticking straight up. And you're like, what about motorcycles? He pulled you over, not the motorcycle. Oh, bro, I hate that. California has 95 decibel exhaust limit. But even this dumbass government is smart enough to exempt bikes and 6,000 plus GVWR cars, like trucks, 1-ton vehicles, construction vehicles, stuff of that nature. You cannot put bikes in this category. Please stop. Just stop. It's so stupid. Tries to bribe him with Mountain Dew. Right. No burnouts near houses. That's a no-no. I love how Brent said, but it's for an event. Hey, man, what's up, man? Yeah, license registration. Oh, shit, he doesn't know who I am. Yeah, I'm just doing, like, an event and stuff. Good for you. Oh, badass. Okay, I just saw something. Someone sent me, someone just set a record somewhere, so badass. So I'll let you tell them about it. Oh, well, I'm doing an event, and this is the map that we got to follow. Uh-huh. License and registration. Well, why'd you pull me over? Well, you have no muffler. You have no bumper. You barely have a light. This car looks insanely unsafe. Well, it's track legal. We're not on a track. And I love how the cop goes, it's not legal to be on the road. And he's right. Stop. Right. Drag and drive makes the EPA drool. All you need is one guy that really wants to send a message. And all he has to do is turn on YouTube and go, this guy went through this state. Oh, look, the map is online. Oh, look, this state has emissions. This state has it's a pass through. We're just passing through. Not if you're doing burnouts and a checkpoint. Imagine the drag and drive is so stupid that they set up a checkpoint in a county or state that has emissions, and the stupid dumb sons of bitches with trailers do burnouts in that checkpoint. And everyone films it. Oh, so stupid. Yeah, you're better off modifying your gender. These cops gonna look like Indian gas station owners like during the gas price spike. If he was dressed in drag, they would let him off with those states, right? How's Tony? I hate Cali. Do they even win money in drag and drive, or is it the experience? It's so stupid. What are you proving? Like, what are you proving? Like, I'm more impressed. Call me crazy. I'm one of these weirdos. Yes, I am not the typical drag racer. I'm not a drag racer. But let's talk about it. What's more impressive? Winning an event where the rules are tight. I'm saying they'll tear your engine down after a race if you win automatically. Tear them down. Because you can't have a certain cylinder head, a certain piston, a certain camshaft profile. You have to have tightly scrutinized rules. Class racing. Drag and drive is who's got the most money. And let's say the best setup money can buy. Drag and drive, I can literally come into a drag and drive and say, Pro Line, I need a motor that's going to survive 1,100 miles, make 2,500 horse. I'm going to get Blacklist to make a Fox body that separates so much. It looks like a freaking praying mantis going down the track. I want the car to weigh 2,500 race weight. So get Pro Line, get Pro Charger involved, or get twin turbo situations involved. $500,000 car. And I'll go out there and run 640, 630s and drive the car. You don't think I can do that in a season or two if I contract the right people to do this shit for me, and all I got to do with my Power Glider 400 is let go of a button? Stop. Please stop. If you run a tight, highly scrutinized race program and you dominate that, I go, that's a bad motherfucker. That's a bad that guy's a bad man. Like, Coyote stock to me is probably the closest thing that we got left to like legit heads up racing. And they have to bend the rules a little bit, but typically those cars are like pro stock on NHRA. They're like this. At the end of the track, they're nose to nose, maybe a car. That is tight competition. Everyone works within the same rules. It's a slightly affordable class. And if you dominate that class, you're a bad motherfucker. But what the hell does Drag and Drive do? You don't win nothing but what? Bragging rights. So it's just a show-off fest. I literally don't even understand it. If you're proving the EPA right by self-snitching, doing Watt street pulls, open downpipe burnouts, I'd rather watch money races with only one winner. Me too. The cop even asked why it wasn't on a trailer. Pretty reasonable in my opinion, right? Excuse me. Why isn't this car on a trailer? Well, what's up, man? What's up, man? This is a family thing. Well, the event doesn't allow us to put it on a trailer. Cool story. I'm not the event. I'm the cop enforcing the laws in my state. We got a bunch of guys rolling around with what do you call pollution that of the eyes? Like there's sound pollution, there's air pollution, but what is pollution to the eyeballs? Because that car is pollution to the eyeballs. Right? Riley Neufeld. To me, Coyote stock, I hate NMRA. I think it's dead. But if I happen to be in an NMRA event, I watch every single Coyote stock race. Every single Coyote stock race is watched the whole time. Qualifying, the whole thing. I watch the whole thing. Because it is two Coyotes with the same tune, same-ish motor. Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Stock, unopened. Competition seals on it so they can't fuck with it. Guys run 2 quarts of oil because they want the least parasitic. They're psycho. But they run 9s in notchbacks and SN Mustangs. I love that shit. Eyesore. Right. Excuse me, I pulled you over. Why? Because your car's an eyesore. What do you mean? Well, you got no bumper. It's a Honda. It sounds like shit. But officer, it runs 9.0s with a stock head. Cool. You can pick up this 9.0 stock-headed Civic from the impound lot. Love how the guy thought the race rules applied on the street. Well, excuse me, officer, you don't understand. I have to have a parachute when I go 150 miles an hour in the quarter. It obstructs your plate. Yeah, but officer, you don't understand. I need it to go 8s and 150 in the quarter. Asshole, you're not at the track. That means nothing on the street. Car is so loud, he's wearing earmuffs. Just push really hard. I blocked it for the dogs. Thank you. Oh, yeah, appreciate it. Oh, yeah, wait. We haven't done one of these in a long time. Check it out. Oh, yeah, you like that? Like that Coke Zero? Hey. There we go. Okay, so PFI was like, whoa, why are you pulling me over? I'm PFI. Don't you know that I'm doing a drag and drive? How dare you pull me over? I'm sorry, officer, I can't hear you. I'm wearing earmuffs because I can't hear shit because this thing's a rattle trap. Take off your earmuffs, stupid. I'm telling you, you're going to get a ticket. The cop was probably super cool. The cop probably said, fuck. He's passing through. I get it. You know, he's just racing, and he seems like a nice dude. Hopefully, I'll let him off with a small fine or a summons or a warning. I'll let him off with a warning because he was really nice, and you know, and maybe that's what happened. But that does not take away from the fact that the cop could have thrown the book at him. So, be mindful of that when you are driving your rat trap through some area that could have an emissions deal on it, and cops are looking for cars and trailers. Like, you're basically announcing to the cop, I'm illegal because I got a drag car with a trailer. Pull me over. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, it's a rolling hemorrhoid. I'm faster than you, officer. Let me go. Alex, it's because he's more streeter. Sorry, officer. Don't you know that I run by JJ the boss's rules?
I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm more street.
License and registration. Shut the fuck up.
I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm more street.
This is weird. People are weird. Oh, you smell so good. Oh, how's Tony? I haven't seen him in a minute. Go on my Instagram. He's pretty much featured on my Instagram all day. Should have asked the cop why he didn't have earmuffs right. Excuse me, sir. What? Wait, do I have earmuffs here? Let me see. Do I have them? Let me see. I don't think I have them. Where? Shit, I think I threw them out. Damn. Damn, man. I thought I had them. Oh, well. That would have been cool. I would have loved to warn them. Excuse me, what? I can't hear you, officer. I have earmuffs for my totally legal car. Yeah, why do you have earmuffs? Oh, well, you know, it's really loud in here. I got a ticket for loud exhaust on 8th Street, of all places. Driving with no hood, no bumper is bound to be impounded. Rat Trap Dog Dr. Pepper. Imagine if he pulled Pookie over in a Pookie mobile. Look, I like those guys. I like that they're racing. I don't like that they're racing and then driving on the street. In states, it's different if you live in a non-emission state. Guys, this goes away if it's in a state that doesn't have inspections or emissions like Florida. In Florida, this is the process to buy and register your vehicle. You buy it, you register it. That's it. No inspection. No emissions. You buy the car, you register the car, you drive the car wherever the fuck you want. So, if you want to have a drag and drive, have it in Florida. I have no problem with having a sick week in Florida. Go to Miami, go to Bradenton, go to Tallahassee, go to fucking Gainesville, and come back down to Bradenton and all that, in Orlando. Cool. But the moment you have it in any state that has any kind of inspection, forget emissions. Let's forget emissions. Inspection. Meaning lights, wipers, bumpers. Like there is a minimum amount of safety equipment that is expected on these vehicles. So the moment I see a single piece front end on a car, I'm like, that ain't no bumper. That's just a cover. A single piece front end on the car with no lights. I'm like, those aren't lights. Those aren't high beams. Those aren't signal lights. You don't have a signal. You don't have an indicator. You have literally 2 LEDs glued on your shit. That is not street legal. So forget emissions. Yeah, forget emissions. Imagine Florida Department of Transportation pulls you over. That's the one you really got to look out for. That's right. The state patrol in the trucks, in the Tahoes, those guys pull you over. Oh, you're in for a world of hurt, son. In Florida. So please, 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 before you go and try to be a badass and swing your dick on drag and drive, understand what the implications can be if you get caught. And that's just the beginning. Imagine if the EPA gets involved. Oh! How about a drag and drive function emissions equipment, complete body panels, DOT-approved tires, and full interior? That's what I want to see. There are street-style events held in places that have a road course attached to it. And they say that the car has to do, let's say if it's a quarter-mile course or a quarter-mile or a half-mile oval, they say you got to drive in that. And on that tank of fuel, you have to go run 3 consecutive passes like a true street. And the top 10, let's say to run an event, you got to do this. You have a road course attached to a drag course or a road course not too far away. You have to do on the same tank 30 laps and then 3 back-to-back passes, similar to True Street and NMRA. You might be able to fill up, but on the 30 laps, you can't run out of gas, right? And then you go to the staging lanes, fill up, ice down, do your 3 passes. The top 10 from those do a shootout. No, let's just bring guys that have to drive through streets, cars that are caged up. Guys, cars with cages on the street are more dangerous than cars with just airbags. Like, I would hate for a drag and drive participant to get fucking T-boned by someone and that 25.3 spec shit blasts him. All it just destroys him because it's not meant to. There is no testing for that. I mean, sure, you can. It's safe if it hits the wall or something. If you get T-boned or rear-ended, that changes everything. So, I'm not a big fan of drag and drives for that reason. I should build my body in white Coyote for a Coyote stock class. Literally yelled at my sailors for not being dirtbags, but for being noticeable dirtbags. If you're going to go break the rules, do it covertly. Like, these damn guys need a good role model. I'm sure at least 20% of cars in Florida probably ain't even registered. No, you're not wrong about that. You're not wrong. Most southern states are that way. You buy the car, register it, even if it's a state inspection, it's lax and cares about tint and blinkers. Same here. The only thing they don't like is dark tint, and I haven't heard of anyone getting busted for tint in years. Florida is pretty good, but it's not perfect. Obviously, it's not perfect, but it is light years ahead of Massachusetts and New York. What's up? DL says midnight. Oh yeah, DOT. They find stuff on brand new trucks, right? Them guys that pull over trucks mostly, you don't want to get their attention. I remember it used to be who could hide or who could go around the rules the best without getting caught. Now people want to announce that they're breaking the rules to the world and wonder why they're getting heat on them. When I see Steve Morris put together a car that runs on methanol or M1, and then he converts it to pump gas, and he has a turbo seal problem or a ring seal problem on one of the pistons, and it is just killing mosquitoes. I go, I can't. And you know what? People like that won't understand. People like that don't get where I'm coming from. They totally don't get it. Do you guys know that there are shops that have no idea what the hell is happening with the EPA? Zero idea. They're just out to lunch. What do you mean? What? They're hitting up shops? Why? We're just hot rodding. They've been doing that since before 2015, and they've only ramped that up. But I think in the last couple of months, or actually year, they've calmed down because the EPA has gotten a bunch of bad looks lately. Bad press. Cage requires harness. Harness requires Hans. Hans device requires helmet. Imagine driving everywhere suited up like that. Imagine you drive around with shorts, flip-flops, a t-shirt, a board, like a 2x4, stick it into the window so that it, or a piece of cardboard, so that it funnels air in while you're driving because you don't have an air conditioner in your hot rod. In your 7-second or 6-second ride, you don't have an air conditioner unless you have an S550 Mustang or a brand new Camaro. And oops, all of a sudden, some lady in a minivan T-bones your shit. You and your flip-flop, non-helmet, non-strapped in motherfucker are bouncing around like a pinball in that monkey bar of a cage. And what could have been a small fender bender, now you have your orbital bone is broken, your nose is broken, your back of your head is wadded up, and your hip has been stabbed by the cage on the side. Keep doing that shit. You know what I do when I drive my GT500? I take the sidebars off. These are more dangerous to have them in than not to have them in. I got 5% tint on my work truck, never get harassed by the cops here in Cali. I used to smoke my Joes for not doing dumb shit, but getting caught ratting out the homies, however, military is different. A lot of shops have their heads in the sand. Brent going for double jeopardy with the EPA. Like, I think he doesn't get it. Like, Brent, I love you. Stop the drag and drive. Make race cars. Make fast Hondas. Trailer them to the track. Drive them at the track. This drag and drive shit is counterproductive to your case. Like, imagine being Brent's lawyer. Hey, Brent, what'd you do last week? Oh, man, me and the boys, man, we had a great time. We drove 1,000 miles through the Rocky Mountains with no muffler and straight piped. Excuse me, what the fuck did you say? What? What's the problem? I just drove through the Rocky Mountains. Man, it's so beautiful. And there was a squirrel on the side of the road, and I hossed the gas, and the wastegate freaking flamed it, man. Burned its tail off. Cool shit. Brent, I'm trying to defend you against the EPA, and you're driving a car without a muffler, and you're flaming squirrels with your two-step. Yeah, man, it's pretty epic. I quit being his lawyer. Like, yeah, I'm gonna recuse myself from this case because you ain't winning. Chris Romero, you're on the money. Oh, man, look at another squirrel. Pow! Oh, shit, we got him. I can't. People today don't know the difference between state enforcement and federal enforcement. Just because your state doesn't care what you do with your car doesn't mean there aren't rules in the books. Chris Romero, I couldn't have said it better myself. Then they post the pullover for the gram. Look at it, man. We timed it just right. It went pop, 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 and his head was right by the pipe. Pow! Badass. Hashtag save the race cars. Hashtag fuck the EPA. Heard so many people not mounting the harnesses properly and compressing their spine in the crash. Harnesses or safety equipment should be installed properly. Rest in peace, squirrel. That's probably going to be a clip I get for tomorrow. So if you're his lawyer and you're watching him on YouTube and you're like, why the hell did you do that? We have a pending case. Why did you do that? Well, come on, man. I'm not just going to stop breathing because the EPA. No. Just don't rub it in their face. I can't talk to most race car guys. Are you with me? Look, I love racing. Racing is awesome. I can't talk to 99% of the people at a racetrack. They're stupid. They stink. They're dumb. There are guys that are fast, but I can't talk to them because they're like the most dense individuals on the planet. They don't understand the world around them. They have no idea. But I like racing. So it's like loving mud trucks and hating mud truck culture. That's me. I love drag racing. I like drag racing for me. I don't give a crap about lining up with anybody else. I don't give a crap. Just want to see what I can build and how fast I can go. Could give two craps about who's next to me. Now, if I enter an event, it'll be more of a street style event, like a true street, but I can't do that anymore because of the EPA stuff. It's crazy. That cop is now a witness ready to sign in court. The current state of drag racing is straight duck activity. Praying on my downfall. Alex actually friends with the squirrel, not one sit on Fairmount. Right. I got to watch you while I'm drunk one day. The problem is I don't get drunk. Still funny as hell shit though. Keep it up. Young man, I'm older than you, I think. Who's the guy that posted getting pulled over? Forgot his name. Isn't it Brent from PFI? This live tonight is hilarious. Thank you, Laura. Yes, and yes, they are freaking exactly same here. The new gen of racers are self-snitchers trying to chase a little bit of fame and cred. I am nice to any cop that pulls me over. All their cars are technically illegal. If they want to buzz me for something, they could. I've gotten pulled over here because of noise. This car's kind of loud. Yeah, it's kind of loud. And then the cop becomes a fan. He goes, what's done to it? Cam, E85, the whole 9 yards. Because I'm in a state that doesn't matter. Yeah, there's still noise ordinances. And in certain towns like St. Lucie County, yes, they can pull you over for loud exhaust. Just because there's no inspection and no emissions in Florida does not mean that you can just two-step check it all over Port St. Lucie. Yeah, I'm most street up.
I know that I could beat him on the street because I'm most street.
Drag racing in the summer, shaking my head. Gonna be 111 degrees, cars on radios like timing gets pulled in 8 degrees and radios hate slick track. I'm 55, bro. Well, good for you. Deal. I know this is off topic, but what are your thoughts on the G80 M3? So let's go to you, Drags, again. Let me see. Is this still up? Yeah, let me see. You drag race. Let's go Edmonds. And there was a G80 drag race versus something else. Let me see. Where is it? Videos. G80. Let's see. I think I got to type G80. Oh, it's an M8. Sorry, not an M3. So it's a Lucid Air versus a BMW M8 competition. So let's go look at that. Because a Lucid Air is a 10.0 car or 10.6 car. And this BMW made it look really, really stupid. I don't know much about the M3 stuff, but if it's anything like this car, look at how it launches. Look at how this BMW launches, guys. This is impressive.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, we got a good jump. Got a good jump, and I got more power.
Man,
Not much, though.
That thing is
Coming
fast.
by. Gotta hit this braking zone. Just right. Stand on it. Oh boy, this thing does not like to turn at all. Give it to me, all the power. Damn.
Oh, the BMW got him on the
brakes
turn.
are just not good enough for this car. Just not good enough for this kind of speed. That car is, oh wow, fast.
So the Lucid Air has it covered in the straight line, but on the brakes and the turn, not even close. Then they switch drivers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Got a good jump.
But look, okay. It's one thing for the BMW to get out like that. It's a completely different thing for the Lucid Air to reel it in.
Come on.
So look at that thing, it's so fast.
I'm gonna have to brake.
Oh, it didn't reel it in. Not even close.
Turn.
Whoop, and it's gone. See ya. Bye. Oh my God.
Go, I gotta go.
Oh, that made us so quick.
Whoa. Internal combustion still got it, man.
Damn. Look, the Z06 ain't got it for that car either. The Z06 is not, look, that car beats everything. But I don't know much about the M3 stuff, but if it's anything like the M8, yeah, serious 60-foot stuff on the street. That all-wheel drive stuff is no freaking joke. Badass stuff. So now I understand why a lot of people love that platform. It runs really well. Seen a G80 M3 beat a Tesla Plaid on an active hood rich. I believe it. Even if you don't have modified exhaust laws, nobody wants to hear clap cheeks going down the road. It's good shit. Got pulled over many times for whatever reason they want to say. I remain respectful, and they let me off with a warning. Dude, outside revving is staying as we speak. Shaking my head, kill me. Not much of a BMW fan, but those M8s are stout. Not even close to the same cars. What the heck? M3, M8. Oh, I'm sorry, Blaxican. Oh, what the fuck do you drive? It's a similar platform, pendejo. No, it's not. It's totally different. It's an all-wheel drive, probably has a similar motor, and it's up against a Lucid Air, which is their fastest car. So if the M3 is anything similar to it, it might run better. What the hell's wrong with people? Alex, is that 1,500 horsepower S550 Mustang worth the price? I think it was $65K, built by Drummond Racers in Delaware. Never heard of it. Don't know what you're talking about. They're telling people the new G82 M4 Compact Drive is the new GTR. The driver is cheeks. All new G-Series BMWs are pretty nuts. G80 M3 are like 9.9 with basic bolt-ons. Well, so are freaking GT500s. What the hell does that have to say with anything? What the hell does that have to do with anything? What do you think a GT500 runs with a pulley, E85, and tuning, and free-flowing exhaust? 9.9 on prep surfaces. Do you mean on the street? That's different. Again, Gray Mustang, so are GT500s. That's nothing. Why are you guys saying things that is not impressive? Why are you saying that a bolt-on G80 M3 is low 10, high 9 when Mustangs are the same thing? Stop. Tell me it's an 8-second car. Tell me the motor can take 1,100. Well, Alex, with a couple of bolt-ons, a twin-turbo car can run 9s. Oh, no shit! What the hell is wrong with people? Man, I hate people. I hate everybody. Well, you know, unlock the ECU, E30, and the Then you see a GT500 guy run 960s with like pulley, E85, and cat deletes. And I'm like, oh shit. M3 weighs less and their inline turbo motors respond very well to mods. Actually, the S58 bolt-on is running 9s. Fake Carroll Shelby is the greatest, right? Like, I'm blown away that people are like telling you things that are not impressive. Yeah, the M3 costs just as much. Pointless. Right. Like, if you were to tell me a Hyundai Genesis G80 with bolt-ons runs 9s, I'd go, holy shit. But you're telling me a $100,000 car with bolt-ons goes 9s. Well, color me shocked. Really? A $100,000 car with some bolt-ons, which cost about $5,000, runs 9s? Who would have thought? Everybody would have thought. God damn. I hate people. I hate people, man. People are just the worst.
Man, every time I see my signature on shit like suitcases and cereal boxes and chili, it makes me think, why didn't I marry my college boy?
I don't know why that one doesn't sound well.
The only Shelby truck I had anything to do with was the Dodge Shelby Durango in Dakota. Those are more Shelby than any F-150 piece of shit.
He cuts it off. I don't know why Fake Carol cuts himself off. I want to hear everything he's got to say. But, sometimes he could be a little gun shy because he has a brand to think about. Alex, did you know the C8 Z06 runs 9s with bolt-ons? Hey, Alex, you shouldn't really sleep on those BMWs. Just a couple of bolt-ons and it's a low 10-second car. I hate people, bro. People are stupid. All I know about G80 is that when you buy one, apparently it's mandatory to put G80 in your username on IG. Right. Or the motor. Like, what's the motor in the G80? The B something? B58 Stan. B58 Charlie. Like, 10R80 guys are the biggest cuck-ass bitches that let other guys bang their girlfriends when they put 10R80 in their Instagram name. 10R80 John. Really? You don't see anyone that says AOD Mike, AOD Alex, T5 George. T5 George. I can't wait. I should make a Fox Body character called T5 George. Estúpido. Hell, did you know a $100,000 car with a couple of bolt-ons runs 9s? That's about right. Oh my God. S58. Oh, whatever. Alex, did you know that licking an outlet shocks the fuck out of you? Hey, Alex, look. You got to respect these cars. Are they twin turbo or big single turbo? A turbo car with bolt-ons runs low 10s. 10R80 Cuck. 10R80 King Daddy. E4OD Tony. AODE. World Class George. 4R200 Alex. All-wheel drive Chad. T5 Theo. C4 Alex. Oh, I love it. No, hey, but aren't you 5.0? Yes! But it's a car! Not an engine or a trans! It's not and I've been 5.0 Alex since 1995. Yes! America Online. My stupid ass was 5.0 Alex way back then. I know guys that are B58 George, 6R80 George, and then when they get a minivan, they're Odyssey George. PQ Tuning, oh, shut the fuck, who cares? Yeah, dude, my $100,000 G80 with a DCT all-wheel drive bolt-on runs 9s. I love that. People are like, yo, you got to respect those cars. They run 9s. It's a $100,000 car. See, SVT snack. I don't own an SVT, but I own a Viper instead. There you go. Limited George. 8.8 Carl. 28 spline. 28 spline Nelson. C-clip eliminator Bob. That's stupid. Everyone's stupid. Everyone's stupid. I hate everybody. 10R80 Street at TKO Mike. Snack Lewis. MTH82. MT82. That's very good. MT82. TH400 John. 420 Rancher. 9-inch rear end. 9-inch rear end Greg. SRT Snatch. 10-second G80 M3. I've seen like 4 guys take 10R out of their handle when selling their Stang. And they all end up with bum-ass cars afterwards. 10 Spline T45 John. 8.8 Frank. Def Lewis. Power Glide Bobby. Porta Johnny. 8.4 Guy. For lug life. Identifies LSLT. 9-inch Pookie. Alex coming 9-liter guy equals spent $40,000 for the 9-liter build. Second Shift Racing. Cordry 10R80. Oh, bro, stop. 315 Mike. Starlight Headliner Bob. Wine Mod Daily. Fuel Pump Fred. 456 Turfy. Meth Mike 8.8 Tony. Fully functional ashtray door Ben. Big Stearns 4-lug thug. You guys are good. People listening to this must be like, wow, Alex has a bunch of creative folk on his channel. Tony Full Bolt On. Tony Push Bar. Push Bar Tony. 91 Not You. 53 Freddy. 9-inch Pookie is crazy. 67 Cummings. Airbox Silencer Joe. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate hanging out with me today. We talked about U-Drag Z06 killing the GT500. Then we saw a BMW beat the crap out of a Lucid Air. We found out today that a turbo car that costs $100,000 with minor bolt-ons can go 10.0 or 990s. Color me shocked. Then we all named ourselves after parts on the car. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back on Sunday, and then maybe Monday, because I don't want to do a show in the middle of July 4th. Say happy birthday to America. By the way, Supreme Court took away affirmative action. By carajo. So none of you Puerto Ricans are gonna be able to get in with 80, 89. You gotta score 100. So it's over, Johnny. It's over. So no more of that bullshit. So it's good stuff. I like it. I like it very much.
It's over, Johnny.
It's over.
It's over.
So I'm gonna try to release the video tomorrow of the S550 manual boosted Gen 2 stuff. I owe you that. So that there's a video for Friday. And then I'll be back on Sunday. And then maybe Monday to celebrate America's birthday. Or I'll hold off until Wednesday, but probably be on Monday to celebrate America's birthday properly. I'm gonna go out and do that thing, and I'm not gonna be on when 3 people are watching the whole thing. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Great show tonight. Great job putting up names. Hopefully this replay will do well, and I'm sure many clips are gonna come out of this. So if there's a part of the show that you guys like that's about a minute long, clip it for me. Send it to me on Instagram. I got my social media manager on it, posting it everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, just to get more traction and more traffic on the channel. All right, guys, have a good rest of your week. I'll see you guys Sunday morning, bright and early, with the peasants for the Peasant Chat. Bye.